Hey, it's me, Alex. It sounds so silly. No, never mind. So, if you're seeing this, that means the worst. No, it's not a suicide note. I like life. I enjoy life. I have a wonderful adopted family, and I've now gained so many friends since... What I'm about to say is going to make me sound crazy. And I totally understand. But what you all need to know is that I'm not a bad person. Nor do I... Oh, fucking hell. So, to sum up, I have the power to kill anyone. Absolutely anyone. As long as I know their name and face. Yes, it sounds absolutely ridiculous, and I know for a fact that if this message is seen before I die, I know I'll be entering a loony bin. If I was in your position, I'd send me there too. This here is what's called a death note. This here is going to be the death of me. Excuse the pun. Maybe tonight, maybe 3 weeks from now, or 10 years from now. But it will kill me. No. He will kill me. The he I'm referring to is a death god, a Shinigami that comes with this thing. The most atrocious, demonic weapon that has ever graced our world. Demu, my Shinigami, is cold and unforgiving and snarky and manipulative and... I'm sorry, I'm waffling. I should have written notes before starting. The main thing is that Demu expects me to use the death note. I don't want to kill anyone. I'm not a killer. But if I don't use it, he'll kill me and pass it on to someone who will use it. And in the wrong hands, that's dangerous. I mean, can you imagine someone of power with this book? Hitler, Trump, Ted Bundy, Jack the Ripper. The list goes on. And if used correctly, no one would even fucking notice. Do you know why? Because I can write down exactly how they die as well. Down to the very last second. He comes soon. Demu. I haven't written anyone's name down for a few weeks. To keep him semi-happy, I volunteer at an old people's home. And those who have no one left are chosen. Those poor people who have no visitors because their families consider them burdens, or they have no family left. I didn't want to do it at first. But it started when Margaret E. Hawthorne. I came into her room and she just sat at the window staring. For a few brief moments, she thought I was a doctor, and she begged me to kill her. Make the pain stop, she said. Please. Let me be with my husband, my children, she said. So, with Demu hot on my heels, I chose her to be a victim of the death note. I could have just written her name, and within 40 seconds she would have died of a heart attack. But I gave her the blessing of dying in her sleep. If that's even considered a blessing. I felt awful going into work the next day, having to fake my surprise as they told me she died. Demu started laughing, saying that
old meat sack had another 30 years ahead of her, and you gave them all to me.
It's maddening when you're the only one who can see and hear this monster. I guess that does make me a killer, doesn't it? Was it a mercy killing? She wanted it, right? To be with her husband again. Having to spend those remaining 30 years alone. Who am I kidding? A life is a life. The worst thing is that Margaret E. Hawthorne wasn't my first killing. No. That achievement goes to my biological father, David Jensen. I hated that man. He abused me in ways I didn't even know I could be. He ridiculed me till the day we killed him. Demu and I. I was the tender age of 10. David Jensen had 2 friends over who didn't know what went on behind closed doors. They soon did, and they tried to befriend me. Daddy didn't like that. Oh no. So he dragged me by the hair upstairs to bed, calling me a whore and all that jazz. Tom and Cicero, the friends, they didn't like that either. So they fought at the top of the landing. Demu came to me like an angel from another world, told me I could end it all with just writing his name. Demu did all the rest. David Jensen dies by tripping over his daughter in an attempt to kill her, but instead falls down the stairs and in his inebriated state breaks his neck and dies instantly. That was 15 years ago. 15 years of being haunted by a death god and having to pretend that he doesn't exist. Thank goodness for you, my friends and family. Otherwise, I most certainly would have gone mad. I have 3 options right now. The first is to add another name to the book. The second is to allow him to kill me, and no doubt pass on the book to someone far more selfish than I. Or I can give up the book and have my memory wiped. I forget Demu, using the book, the people I've killed, everything. I mean, the latter's the most favourable choice, right? Ignorance is bliss, right? But would current me be okay with living in ignorance when this poisonous thing is in our world? I mean, practically speaking, I'd be none the wiser. So why would it matter? Do I add another name and give him what he wants? Or do I give it all up in ignorance? Or death? If you're quiet enough, you can hear its sound. The sound of death. You know, 40 seconds is a long time when you know what happens next. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. He's here.
Hello, Alexandra Marie Turner. Or should I say, Alexandra Marie Jensen. I'd like to ask you a few questions.